Today we're going to be exploring just one particular reason why it is important to learn your scales and learn the scales in the open position, these first 4 frets. What I did there was effectively create a chord progression in the key of G, but instead of thinking chords, I was thinking about the G major scale in this open position. Let's have a look at this scale pattern first of all. You can consider it as coming around a G major chord with G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp in the 4th fret, open G, 2nd octave, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp and G. We can also find the notes underneath the root note. Always look to do the full range of the scale in a particular area of the fretboard. So in the introduction then I had this repeating G, D note, which is a good approach initially when doing this. So you have a constant kind of upper voice under which we're going to put some bass notes. So I've got the root, the G, and D is the 5th, okay? So my picking pattern is going to go bass, G, D, G, or space, 3, 2, 3. And I'm thinking 8th notes. So let's walk up the scale with that repeating figure on the top and hear how this sounds. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Now, so as we get to the E on the top, we can reach down for the low E string. Now already maybe there's a song or two in there that you're starting to recognize. This is one approach to creating these parts. And that's it basically. You have the scale pattern, you decide upon a repeating figure on the top, and then you can have some fun just exploring the scale. So without necessarily knowing any chord theory, with just that scale pattern, you can start really creating some really beautiful stuff. Let's take another example in the key of E, every guitarist's favorite key. Okay, E major, I'm going to be with the fingers this time, so this way you can mix it up. You can go with a pick, or you can get it with the fingers. So for the key of E, we actually have the root and the 5th in the open strings. That's why it's, I think, so well liked as guitarists. So we have the 5th of the scale, the B is the open B, and then the root, the E, is string number 1. So will be our starting point, okay? So let's walk up the E major scale this time with the open strings 2 and 1 in a 6/8 sort of figure. 1 and 2 and 1. And hear how this works so well. Here we go. So it's going to be E, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. And then just without giving it too much thought, let's see if we can put something together that sounds nice. Same sort of idea, just picking out some notes from the scale and just seeing how it sounds. So there you are, one reason why it's very important to learn your scales, to create these beautiful guitar parts. One last thing to consider, food for thought, is that these scale patterns, as well as providing bass notes for creating these chord-like progressions, they are also references for adding in notes or creating new chord voicings. If you want to explore chords in a particular key, then you have your scale. And in essence, whilst there are some simple rules to follow, you can go ahead and just throw in notes from the scale and see how it sounds. So as a guideline, work from a chord shape that you're familiar with. So say the G, for example. Let's go for the rock G grip. Now I'm seeing that scale around this chord shape, and as such I could add in that A on the 2nd fret, or the E and the A. I could even do something like the F sharp. There's a chord. Up on the top, maybe F sharp. And if I change the bass notes, just as we were doing with the chord, but all of these chords we could say are in the key of G because they're coming directly from that scale. A lot of fun to be had. I really love that idea. So if you'd like to find out more about chord theory or guitar theory in general, definitely want to check out the Chord Book Volume 1 or my course Guitar Rockbusters Essential Theory. You can find out more about those via the link in my Instagram bio or in the description if you're on YouTube. Whilst you're there, be sure to grab your free copy of Fretboard Mastery as my guide to learning the notes of the fretboard in just a few days. Tabs for this lesson will be available to all members of my Patreon group. You can help support my content here and get exclusive bonuses each month for as little as $3 per month. You can find out more about that via my Instagram bio or in the link in the video description or cards. You have some fun with that, practice well, and I'll see you again soon.